screen as a portlet to the employee files. That is our requirement, right? We configured everything, but the screen ID we are not able to see that. But I showed you, right, how to go to your configure employee files, and that is where you are going to attach as an MDF screen. And you are not able to find the screen ID, whatever we created. We have created a screen ID, but that is not available under our employee file configuration under the MDF screens. Yeah. That's the piece missing. Once you attach it, right? Yes, that is going to be available as one of the portlet in the employee files, guys.
So that was just the last step missing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Oh. I showed you the step also, but somehow the screen ID is not available. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Raghu, when...
Yeah, go ahead. I expect the question when we are going to complete. Is that your question?
No. I am still asking a question. So, if I am an HR admin and if I want to do different actions on my employee, because that is events, so all the events will be available in my the employee file section, right? Is that the place where I go to do all the action?
No, it depends on, like, say if you are doing a new hire, from this add new employee. But say if you are changing some job information, you go to a particular employee. Let's say you want to change some employee. Right now I showed you, right? Go to that employee and let's say our employment information. And you have something like based on your permissions, you see these are the different things. You can trigger a global assignment, you can change their provide spot bonus, you can manage leave options for this employee, add employment details, terminate. This is one more event. It depends, like it's spread across different screens.
So these are all events, right?
Yeah.
Which I can do.
Yes.
But I have to go to an employee file and then do this. I just don't, like in SAP, if we go to PA40, I start doing all the actions. I don't have, like in employee files, I can't go and just take that action.
No, it's not possible. You have to go to this, sorry guys, you have to go to the employee files, and then based on the action that you are trying to take it, right? But most of an existing employee, most of the actions you can see here itself, guys.
So we'll have to do one by one?
Yeah. Like you cannot do multiple things at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have a fast entry type or something like that where we do in SAP, like we can do for multiple people the similar action.
No. See, you have to understand, we already addressed that. You have some mass changes configuration, right?
Yeah,
your mass changes is the same thing.
Yeah, right. I know you address it, Raghu, but this sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. That is the reason I'm telling you. If you start using it, right, then you can easily understand. Yes, this is my requirement. What is the best solution that I can offer? Yes, your mass changes. Just to answer your question, right? Your mass changes can address that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like just once you recap, right, everything, it will be on top of your mind.
Yes, correct.
Raghu.
Yeah, Victor.
Your chat window is not.
Yeah, I'll answer that, Victor. I'll be here. I'll let me drop an email to you. Yeah.
Sorry, Raghu, can I ask you?
The email, bro.
Pardon, Victor.
Just remember to drop the email.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, someone is asking.
Sorry, Raghu. Sudhir, in a practical environment, like you are a consultant in last 2-3 years. So how many changes you done on the events, event recent deviation and workflow deviation? What from the customer side? Is it most of the customer prefer from the standards, or they prefer?
No. They go more towards the custom things, guys. With respect to your workflows, right? Yeah, they'll go to more of like custom things.
So in the practical environment, which are the more major factors changes you like in come up on your practice session?
So most of these things goes towards their employee termination, guys. Employee termination and new hire and their job information change. Basically, their employment details change.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the 3 areas where we will see like most of the custom event reasons and workflows will come up.
Okay. Thanks, Raghu.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Let's start it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, in the event reason, I mean, I know for example, you just showed like changing one person from full-time yes or no, whatever, but can we do like couple of changes in the fields and include it in one event reason, or it is just like that one small change?
You can do that. You can do that, right? I showed you, right? You can have AND condition or OR condition based on your requirement, and you can club all those fields inside a one event reason, so that when all the conditions are true, your event reason is going to be triggered. I showed you, right?
Oh, in the XML file, right?
Yeah, in
okay.
the XML, yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, I was just thinking about that screen where you add that, create new event reason, and then we link it to the event, right? There I'm saying.
No, there you don't have control to field level. There you are just associating your event reason to a event, because it's a mandatory thing to associate your event reason to a event, right? That is the reason I am associating there, but my actual trigger is going to happen from the event reason derivation XML file.
Okay, so the entire event reason is configured, I mean, for whatever, configured in the XML file, not in that.
Correct, you are correct, 100% correct.
Okay.
Raghu, since we don't have the event reason derivation XML file, can you send it to us to see if we can actually do one or two things?
I remember, like, I shared these things with you, all of you guys. It will be like B1502 data models, the standard. It will be like B1502 standard or clean data models, guys. That is the name that I shared with you.
We have it.
Yeah.
You said already.
Yeah. It should be there, Victor. If not, let me know. I'll resend it to you.
Raghu, when will you start giving us information regarding the certification exam preparation stuff?
I'll send it to you straight away, Motion.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I have that. Only thing is, I have all the questions, but not well formatted. Let me share that to you. Yeah, just go through that. If you have any questions, yeah, I'll be able to answer those things, Motion. In fact, like, I'll send it to everyone, guys. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, Motion. Okay, guys.
Same time, Raghu, just fine.
Yeah, tomorrow same time, guys. But just be prepared for a little bit lengthier session, guys. We can finish it tomorrow, guys.
Tomorrow is Sunday and next day is working day for us, so I'm actually looking what we can raise it by 10 Central Time or 11 Central Time.
Why don't we start by 8?
11 Eastern Time.
Yeah, we'll. Otherwise, shall we start a little bit early?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Start at 6 Central Time or 6 Eastern Time, that would be fine.
Yeah, E6. Yeah, okay. Let me start it at 7:30. It is going to be like 5 for India, guys. Is that fine, guys? If we start it like 7:30 Eastern Time, which is going to be like 5 o'clock IST.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, guys. We'll start it at like 7:30 Eastern Time. I'll drop an email anyhow, but 7:30 PM Eastern Time is tomorrow's session, guys. Just for your information, I'll drop the same email to all of you guys.
All right.
Yep. Okay, guys.
Raghu, can I call you now after this training? Can I call you?
Yeah, call me. No problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Raghu, I have a question. If everybody wants to talk, that's okay, but I want to talk to you. I have a question after this.
Who is
Before
this?
you drop off. This is Smita.
Yeah. Go ahead, Smita.
Raghu, regarding this position management, I had this doubt that it is not similar to the position management that we have, the position stuff that we have in SAP, right? Like, because most of the clients that I have worked for, they always have like one position and one person occupying that. I mean, I know
your SAP has a limitation. Yeah.
Yeah.
SAP, one position goes with one person, right? But
normally, yeah.
Yeah, out of the box, success factors provide like one position can be occupied by multiple full-time employees. And yes, this is the obvious problem you see when you load your data into the system. Each position should go to only one employee. But if you want to do such limitation on your success factors, yes, you can go ahead and do that. How you are going to do that is, you have to always write a rule on your position management object stating that whenever any new position is going to be created in your success factors, it should be the number of incumbents. If you look at your position there, if you look at your position field, you have number of incumbents is one of the field, right? You have to always mandate that to one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, like this is a pretty common requirement, I say, at least like people who used to SAP, right? They want to go in the same fashion. Yes, that's it. That's one of the most common requirement you see, Smita.
Yeah. So in that case, when so what my next question would be that regarding that what did we do today? That name dynamic group or something? Dynamic rule or group.
Yeah.
So where we put that, where we associate it with the position, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now in that case, if we terminate one person, if we all like how we do in SAP, if my requirement is that I want to even end date the position because one position attached to one person, the person is gone, and I want to end date my position.
No. See,
then
it's up to you whether you want to end date the position or you terminated the employee, but you are going to hire a new employee, right? You can place the same position with a new incumbent.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking?
But that, yeah, I know. But I'm just thinking, if what if the client wants to go with whatever they are doing currently in SAP, and in SAP normally we just delimit it, and then most of the times at least. So in that case, what happens to this rule? That is my question.
See, then you have to write your workflow rule such that skip this step and move forward.
Yeah, that I got it. But then at some point in time we have to come, if the new person is hired with a new position ID, we have to come and edit the rule, right? Like this dynamic group or dynamic role, we have to come and change it, right?
Yeah, you can always do that, right? You see, if you go to your dynamic role or dynamic group, you can go ahead and write your on the position, right? See, if you go to your dynamic role, you have a position option. If it is a new position for the new hire, you can go ahead and add that particular people over there. Remove the old position, which was end dated, and give the new position over there. That's all.
Okay, so that is the support activity. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
No problem, Smita. Yeah. Okay, guys.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Raghu. See you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Bye, guys. Thank you.